Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today will be part 2 of this Bumblebee TC-02 video. This video contains the transformation review, and if you're looking for a robot mod review, please refer to the part 1 and I will share the link in the description below. Now let's get on to it. I will start the transformation by collapsing these two here and then move on to his fingers and face here. You just need to move it like so, and then just make sure that it looks like that, and just do the same on the other side. Just push the hinge and then wrap his fingers inside. Once that's done, just move these wheels outside and just open this part here. So from here I would suggest to give some room by pulling that to the top. So basically what you're doing is by sliding that part there, you can see there's a slider, so just a small slide over there. Just pull it out so you've got some room, and then move this wheel to the top and then to the back basically. But this is where I would like you guys to be really careful, because somehow I've got this part broken when I try to move this. Alright, so if you look properly, you can see a broken part over there. So if you compare to that side, they are all okay, but on this side it's a bit broken. So when you pull it upwards, make sure that it really follows going upwards only. Right, now you've got that. So now you can see that space there basically is for you to plug that in, okay? But this one, you need to make sure that this screw here is facing outside. Same goes to the other side. Just make sure that it faces outside and just push this in. And then you push it into that. Same goes to this side here. Just push it inside. So if you notice by now, there's lots of moving parts when I'm doing this. I'm not saying that it's not a good figure, it's good, but of course there's lots of moving parts. So you just need to make sure that you've got the right shape, and also it will influence the final result, as in how good it will look like once you finish transforming it. And then this one, make sure it faces each other, and then there's a peg over there, just tap that in. Make sure you've got the shape correctly. Okay, and this part here, I would suggest to extend his neck. Okay, so this whole part is rotatable, so just rotate it upwards. And this one, just make sure you've tapped that in. So over the duration of the transformation, you will see it coming out, but this one just to stop it from interrupting you, because this chest piece here, it is basically on a ball joint, so that's why it keeps moving here and there. Right, so as you can see here, so there's a ball joint inside, that's why it keeps moving Okay, but this one can be tabbed in later as well. Right now, so you've got that part over there, and then this one you can just expand it like so. And then now I will want to slide this further up. Okay, got that now. Because there are parts that we need to deal with inside here. This one, just make sure you find the correct rotation, like so. And then this one, you will need to rotate it to the outside. Now you've got that shape over there, and then rotate this whole part inside to the other side. You've got that now. And then there's this tab on the waist. Okay, just disengage that. You might want to then expand this. And now another rotation. Alright, so now you can almost see some parts of the car mode. Okay, now what I will do is to bring this head, just make sure it goes as close as possible to that section there, and then just simply move it to the bottom like so. And then these two hands, just make sure to put it like so. So you'll get this kind of awkward shape in the beginning, but you'll get it later on. And then this one must go to that part over there. But I think I've got this wrong, so that's why it's not going in very nicely. Okay, so once you've got that, you should be able to, there you go, you've got that back part of the Beetle. Okay, so now we move on to the bottom part. We can leave the top part, it's almost done. Right, now with the bottom part here, we'll start with this one here. You can basically disengage this. Once you've got that, disengage this bottom piece here, and you should be able to move this whole part out. This is the messiest part, I would say. You know, if you're following me to do the transformation, just make sure that you follow what I've done. I mean, it doesn't matter on which sequence, but just make sure that you've got it. Okay, so I might jump here and there, but just make sure you do it. So this part here, then fold it inside. Now you've got that. I would suggest to then just fold it to the top, untab this part here, untap this part, and move it slightly like so, so that you can disengage these two pieces here. So this part, basically his knee is holding these two parts over there, so you can disengage that one. Right, now I'm going to have a look at the back and make sure that this one been moved and rotate like so. So you can see his part here and make sure this one is facing outside, it's facing you. And this one, make sure that you pull it out, rotate it, leave it like so. And his knee, just rotate and move the whole part to the top into that thigh section over there. Now you've got that. We're going to move back to this section here. You can see the side of the car. I'm going to move this fender out and also this tail lamp, tail light here. Same goes to this one over here, front fender, and then this top part, just move it over there, and this one to the top and move this. There's a small piece here, before I forgot to mention, just make sure that you pull it out and fold it like so. And then this one, okay, that's the front part over there. And then you've got that half part of the car mode. And then there's a small tab here which you can simply tap it into its small hole over there. Now you've got it holding together nicely. And then this one, be careful, the ball joint is easily disengaged, easily, you know, sometimes it will goes out, so just make sure you've rotated into that position. Now this one inside, just need to move the wheels like so, and this one is a bit forward. That's it on one side. Move on and do the same on the other side. So first I will disengage these heels over here. Once you've got that out, disengage this piece, and then now you should be able to move it further and fold this part inside. Now you've got it out. Move on to this piece here, disengage that, and also the other side. There you go. And this one, just make sure to look from the back and now you've got the same shape as the other side. And this one, take it out, rotate it. Now this part here, just rotate that one, push it to the top. So you've got those two, like so. Now we're back to this part over here. Extend, disengage that one, move it outside, rotate this tail light. Same goes to the other one, to the front, and this one. move it down and down. This is the part that I've always forgotten. Just that small piece, pull it down, and then only you can push this down. Right, once again, make sure you tap this in, and this one slowly rotate so that the silver line can be at the top. There you go. And now this one here, make sure to engage that. There's another part that we need to pay our attention to. I believe it's that one. Right, so what you need to do is basically move this wheel outside, and this is, you can see that slider, you need to pull this down like so. However, it's not the same on the other side. It's a totally different structure. So if I pull this outside, but there's no slider for this one, because that one's supposed to engage with this one, overlaps, and they're supposed to, you know, bind together, right? So now we've got the front part. It might not look great at the moment, but at this shape here, you need to make sure that you've engaged this part correctly. So if you can see that tab over there is supposed to go into that thigh with that hand part over there. So it's supposed to taps in like so. Same goes to the other side over here, the thigh and also the arm. It needs to be together. Okay, now you've got that like so. And this one here, as you can see, I didn't get it straight. It needs to be straight. You got that now? So what I usually like to do is to engage, or perhaps move this part first, because it's the one that holds the figure together. So I'm going to tap that in, and also on this side. So you've got both sides a bit stable now. Now this one, just pull it down. That's now engaged. And this one, it should have that taps over there. Taps in with that one. That goes in very nicely. And the front part, make sure you slide this down so that they can overlap each other, like so. Also this front part here, it has a locking mechanism. If you look from here, you can see that this needs to be engaged. You've got it wrong, maybe this one. Okay, got that. At the same time, you need to make sure that that taps in. There you go. You just simply move this inside that part there. You can then clean up all this tabs, make sure that they're in. And then you can expand this side window. Same with this side. And of course, this should be the final move. So basically there are some tabs that I've skipped, okay? So because it's a bit difficult to tab in, on this side of the window there's a tab inside, there's a peg. Same goes to this side. And then on this door over here there's a tab inside that basically tabs in on a peg on the either hand or the leg. I can't remember which one, but those are very difficult to tab in, but if you manage to do it, that's good. You will get the perfect figure, but this is the best that I've got. And now, as you can see here, we've got a very nice alternate mode for this Bumblebee. So I would say it's a nice one. The transformation got, few steps, but it's not that bad if you've used to it. I'm not the best, transformer. You can see some, section that's not been tabbed in correctly, but this is what, as I said earlier, you need to make sure that you've got all the angles correct for all the parts, especially his arms. Okay, so the way you fold his elbow and also his leg, okay, so that will influence the figures that you've got at the end. But it's a nice one. Okay, I would say this is the most accurate figure that we've got. And just a quick comparison with his colleagues in the movie. And here I've got the TW-F09, the Optimus Prime, but he is a lot bigger. So if I put side by side, like so, for example, so you can even place him on top of Prime. Maybe he needs to be a bit bigger, but still, this comparison doesn't really make sense because in the movie they did not meet in this form. So at the end of the movie, Prime is this mode. However, Bumblebee is in his different Corvette mode, as in the I believe it's the 70s Camaro. Sorry, it's not Corvette, it's Camaro. Okay, right, but not in this mode, not in the Beetle mode, meaning that doesn't really make sense, the comparison, but you can still see the size here, right? And if you need from a different verse, I would put him against his newer version of Bumblebee from the first movie. So now you can see how he is with this MPM scales Bumblebee. Although he is somehow bigger than the Camaro, though I'm not 100% sure if he's supposed to be taller. Okay, but this is it. He has a nice color. This is where I've told you in the beginning of the video, it's basically keeping all the weathering effect inside, and then once he transforms into this alternate mode, there's no weathering effect, only on this fender section here. It's a very nice, very magical trick they've got here, a very nice one. And this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, because I've got more to come. I have pre-ordered the SX-01, which is the Blitzwing in the same Bumblebee movie as these two. So hopefully it will arrive soon, but not sure when. But you know, that will be the next one in this movie verse. So I'll see you again. Cheers then. Bye bye.